morning, friends. Today we're here with the hashtag ODBJ, started by our good friend, Budgeting April. Today's topic is struggles. Yes, I realize my struggle here. You probably can't read it very well, but that's okay. I'm working on my perfectionism, and that's one of my struggles, my perfectionism. So I went ahead and left it that way. So today we're going to go over what struggles we have had with our budgeting. My number one struggle has been my spouse. As I've told you all before, my husband thinks if there is money in the checking account, he can spend it. He thinks the same thing about me. If there's money in there, I can spend it. He doesn't think about things that are going to be coming due down the road, like taxes or maintenance fees or the furnace going out. He just thinks if there's money there, it's up for spending. Whoever wants to spend it and who gets to it first gets it. So my solution to that, even though since he retired a little over a year ago, he's been doing much better. But my solution to that is to pull the money out of the checking account. Therefore, it's not in there for him to see and think he can spend. And he's fine with that. I do put it into the binders, and he will say, but you got all that money put back. I have to tell him again, well, that money is earmarked for this, this, or this. So that has been my solution to this struggle. My second struggle, income. My income is pretty good. I mean, I think it's not, we're not rich. We're not rich by any means, but we do make enough money to cover our expenses and our bills. The struggle comes in finding the money to go toward the binders. When I say binders, I mean our sinking funds, the things we just talked about, our real estate taxes, our personal property, our Christmas, you know, things we know will come up every year. They're coming up. You got to plan for them, guys. You have got to plan for those things. Otherwise, when they get here, you're going to try to figure out where the money comes from. That's what causes stress, anxiety, bills being late, interest fees, late payment fees, which ends up costing you more money that cuts into your income. You have to live within your means. That being said, you also have to plan your income out and earmark every dollar and give it a home, a place it needs to go, what it's going to do, what its job is. Number three, for me, is a big one. Unexpected. Well, that's what we're planning for, is the unexpected with our sinking funds, our savings challenges, our budget. But still, when you first get started, I'm talking about, I just started this year back on the envelope system and the binder system. It's hard when you only got $50 in an envelope and your furnace breaks down and it's $300. So then you have to come up with the other $250 toward that purchase you need to make. Well, that's what your emergency fund comes in. If you're just starting out, do this first. Get your emergency fund in place before you do anything else. This is so important, you all. That way, when the unexpected comes up, if you don't have enough, if you've only been budgeting 3 or 4 months, and the unexpected comes up, you can fall back on your emergency fund. Just make sure it's a true emergency. Me wanting to buy planter supplies, that's not an emergency. Me heating my house, that's an emergency. So be ready for the unexpected. Number 4, And this is a biggie I'm dealing with right now. The unbudgeted. What is unbudgeted? It's things I forget to budget for. It's things I forget to make an envelope for. A good example of that falls back to my spouse, my husband. He has a dozer, he has equipment. It's always needing fuel. It's always needing parts. I've got to come up with a way to get ahead enough to start an envelope for those type of expenses. Also, we lose our electric a lot out here in the country. We're always having to buy fuel to run the generators. Things like that that I don't budget for on a regular basis. I need an unbudgeted category. That's hard for me because you never know what it's going to go for. But I think I'm just going to call it unbudgeted. And it will have to be something that we have to have, not just, like I say again, planter supplies or something you want. So that's my unbudgeted. A huge, huge, huge thing is impulse. The impulse spending. I'm trying very hard not to impulse buy. I'm trying to set up my budget to where everything is accounted for. I think I keep mentioning planter supplies because that's one of my big struggles. I enjoy shopping for planter supplies. Impulse spending to me is, I think I have to have something right now when I could really wait for it. I could wait till it was in the budget. That right now I owe planter supplies, and it's going to have to come out of my allowance, what I call my allowance money. And this is just an example because I've talked about it a lot in my videos. But impulse spending for me and my husband. Last night we had yesterday we had a stressful thing occur, and I had planned to fix fried chicken for supper. And when I got off my bus run, he said, "You want to go out?" And I said, "Sure." I should have said no. I've already planned to fix fried chicken, but impulse, I went out. It was easier. So where did the money come from? Because we're already out of eating out money, I believe. So it'll have to come from the grocery money. You can move things from one envelope to another. I don't like to do that, but food is food, whether eating out or buying groceries for the house to me. So I don't care to move those two between each other. But this is something huge, impulse, that you need to work on for your struggles. I went over my top 5 struggles. Of those struggles, I've been working on all 5 of them. I found a little side hustle I'll be talking about later. I've got my husband back on board a little bit, much better than he's ever been before. I'm planning on making an envelope for this. And last night after we went out to dinner, he wanted to go to Walmart. He had to pick something up. He said, "Are you going in? You might see something you want." And I said, "I don't want to see anything I want. I want to plan for my shopping, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't need to go in there and be tempted to buy something in the clearance aisle I do not really need." So I'm working on that. The unexpected, there's not much you can do about that except have your emergency fund in place. These are my struggles. These struggles are real. We all experience them. The main thing is to plan for them. Recognize your struggles and plan for them. That's what we have to do in budgeting. I'm going to leave you now, and I hope you've enjoyed this. It has been a quick video, but I think I kind of highlighted the things that we can go in depth with more in another video, or you can ask me about in the comments. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. One of my income journeys is to become monetized. I think I spelled that wrong. Monetized. That will become a little side hustle for me after I retire to make a little bit of income to help out with these other things. So if you could help me out and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment, I sure would appreciate it. If you're already subscribed, you guys know how much you mean to me. Thank you very much for watching and spending this time with me. Please be sure to go check out the other ladies. I will have them listed in the description. April had her video up yesterday. I think there's 13 of us that post our videos today, and then there will be another 13 that post tomorrow. Check all of them out. There is so much great information. Series. Bye.